Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Wrestling Wednesday. The month-and-a-half long drought post-SummerSlam that SmackDown Live's been going through is at an end. We've got Hell in a Cell this weekend, and admittedly, as someone who grew up during the Attitude Era, the prospect of Hell in a Cell here this weekend, followed by TLC in a few weeks on the Raw side of things, has me very excited. Those are probably two of my favorite gimmick matches. So to have them like back to back in such rapid succession, I think we're going to have some fun. So let's look at my predictions that will inevitably lead to more free Portillos from my friend Cameron. First up, we have the kickoff match between Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. I think Gable and Benjamin are going to win this feud in the long run, but I think we're going to get a heel turn that they've kind of been teasing and alluding to recently from the Hype Bros, and I think they'll get the victory here, albeit through some sneaky means. Up next, I have Randy Orton versus Rusev, and as much as I want Rusev to win here, I just don't see Orton jobbing to him after months of jobbing to Jinder. So I think Randy's going to take it, but hopefully we get an actual match this time instead of just like the 9-second RKO out of nowhere from the last one. Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. They blew the best possible outcome they could have had with Ziggler's new gimmick by wasting the Undertaker fake out a couple weeks ago to set this match up. I think it would have been way better if they'd held off on the Undertaker entrance until Hell in a Cell because of just how, intricately woven Undertaker is with Hell in a Cell. I think you could have had that music, the gong, come down and get a huge pop from the crowd and then immediate hate from the crowd when Ziggler came out, but they're not going to do that. So I think, ultimately, regardless of how they booked it, I think you have Bobby Roode winning here because Ziggler seems to be the go-to fall guy for NXT call-ups. Up next, I have the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin, and I'm torn on this one because I can see AJ winning and continuing to use the United States title to give new stars like Ty Dillinger kind of a shot here in the mid-card, but I can also see AJ dropping the belt here and going after the WWE Championship if we assume especially Shinsuke Nakamura winning and paying off the tease we had between the two of them at Money in the Bank earlier this year. And I think I've talked myself into that. I think we're going to go with Corbin winning, probably through heel tactics, but he'll take the title, and AJ will kind of propel into the main event scene because I'm going to predict Shinsuke wins later. SmackDown Tag Team Championship Hell in a Cell match, The New Day versus the Usos. Based on the last couple matches between these two, I think this has potential to be the best match of the night, yet again. Hell in a Cell seems like a bad choice strategically for the New Day because they have a third man, and that's going to isolate the third person away from them, even in like a support role and a motivational role. They're going to be kind of locked out of the cage, so it seems strategically and if you think about it, it's not logical that they should have requested to be Hell in a Cell, but I think it's still going to be a great match. And the way they've been passing the belt back and forth all summer suggests the Usos would win it back here, but I'm going to go ahead and gamble on the New Day winning and retaining. SmackDown Women's Championship match, Natalya versus Charlotte Flair. I just watched the Charlotte Flair-Sasha Banks Hell in a Cell match today for the first time, so this is inevitably going to be a letdown and feel like a letdown as a result, but I'm predicting Charlotte Flair wins here with an immediate cash-in by Carmella, and Carmella ends up walking out of Hell in a Cell as the women's champion. WWE Championship, Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. As I said earlier, I think Jinder's had his fun. I think we get to see Nakamura take the win here. And I swear to God, if this ends with the Sings interfering somehow, leading to Jinder winning again, I will just give up on expecting the creative team to do anything of interest in SmackDown. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, I'm predicting Nakamura wins here, setting up a potential feud between Nakamura and Styles to maybe close out the year or get us into even the Royal Rumble. And then lastly, we have the Hell in a Cell match between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, and, logic and history will dictate that the actual wrestler is going to win this match over the guy who's mostly a civilian. Shane will jump off of something that's insane, and Owens will probably walk away from this like kind of a made man on the roster. So I think Owens wins, but he and Shane put on a hell of a show. You know, we saw Shane and Styles end up being one of the best matches of WrestleMania this year, to a lot of people's surprise. So I think we'll get kind of a similar showcase here between these two. So those are my predictions for Hell in a Cell. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.